y'all. Courtney Snow with the Louisville Mom Collective. We have our local celebrity, David Domine. You've probably seen the documentary. If you haven't, you should watch it, Murder in Glitterball City. And you actually wrote a book about this.
Yeah, I wrote a book called A Dark Room in Glitterball City. If you're local, a lot of people remember this terrible murder that made the news in 2010. It took place at a house right over here on 4th Street, 1435 South 4th Street. And it was a house I almost bought. And so I ended up not buying it, but 2 years later, I turned on the news one morning and there it was. And so a lot of people know about the trials of Jeffrey Munt and Joey Banis in 2013. They were the ones accused of killing Jamie Carroll. He was the 37-year-old who was found buried in the basement and the dirt floor of the wine cellar. And because I love this neighborhood and I'm always writing about Louisville and Kentucky things, I wrote a book about it, A Dark Room in Glitterball City. And HBO found out when the book came out and they liked the idea and they got in touch and we signed a contract. And for the next 4 years, they worked with World of Wonder. They sent their camera people. They fell in love with Louisville and old Louisville. And just last week, it finally premiered. Murder in Glitterball City, a 2-part HBO original that everyone's talking about. We're getting a lot of good reception so far.
Yeah. And you also do historic tours and ghost tours. And so you can tell everybody a little bit more about that.
Yeah, in 1999, I bought a house over on 3rd Street. That's kind of the old Millionaire's Row. My house wasn't a millionaire's house. It's a small house, actually, by old Louisville standards. Mine was only about 4,000 square feet. Typical houses down here are like 5,500, 6,000 square feet. But right before I moved into this house that was built in 1895, the previous owner just casually mentioned there was a ghost that came with the house. And I love ghost stories, but I don't really believe in ghosts. So I didn't really take her warning seriously, but I bought the house and moved in. And lo and behold, within a couple of weeks, I began hearing footsteps in the middle of the night. And my cats and dogs started doing crazy things. And long story short, I had all these things happen that people would say were paranormal in nature. And that's what got me writing about the neighborhood. I realized you don't need to believe in ghosts to enjoy a good ghost story.
Yes.
It's a way to talk about history and architecture, local flavor. So I started writing about this neighborhood. My first book came out in 2005 and people wanted more. So I've just kept writing over the years. And eventually people wanted to see the places they were reading about down here in Old Louisville. So we started offering ghost tours at night and then history and architecture tours during the day. And it's been great. We get people from all over the world come to Old Louisville. We've been written up in the New York Times and the word's getting out. And this year officially will be 22 years that I've been doing the tours in some form or other.
Wow. And how can everybody find your tours, sign up for them?
Yeah, there's a lot of different tours now. So you got to make sure you get us, the original Old Louisville walking tour. But if you go to our website, www.louisvillehistorictours.com, you find all the different tours we offer around the city. We specialize in Old Louisville, though. That's what we've been doing for years. They can also go to my website, www.daviddomine.com.
All right, perfect.
All right.
And how has it been with, I mean, I know you've been doing this for over 20 years, but with people like recognizing you more, like just we were getting over here, there was somebody who's like, oh.
Well, since the HBO thing came out, yeah, we're getting a little more foot traffic in the neighborhood, which is good. And for the most part, people are really excited about it, like I said. And it's a terrible story, it's a true crime story. But this neighborhood really captivated the people from HBO and World of Wonder. So when you watch the documentary, you see some beautiful footage of the neighborhood.
Yes.
And now people are saying they want to come to Old Louisville because they saw it on HBO. And so we're going to enjoy the influx of visitors, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for representing Louisville so well.
My pleasure.
And,
my pleasure.
Yeah, I love the Glitterball City. Everybody thinks about the Derby, and everything. But
yeah, we've got a lot of
history.
nicknames. Derby City's probably the most well-known, but they call us River City, Horse City, Bourbon City, Fall City, Happy Birthday City, because this is the birthplace of the Happy Birthday song, 1893.
Wow.
Louisville sisters, Patty and Mildred Hill, wrote a song that was called Good Morning to All for the kids at the school they wrote. And it took different forms and iterations. There were different versions, but the Happy Birthday version is the one that stuck. And so that's one of our nicknames, but they also call us the City of Beautiful Homes, City of Beautiful Churches. And then lately I've been trying to promote Glitterball City because back in the 70s and 80s, at the height of the world's disco craze, where were all the disco balls coming from? A company here in Louisville. And they're still around today. Omega Mirror Products is what they're called today. They're over by Cave Hill Cemetery. And a lot of people don't know this, but it was a Kentuckian in 1917 who first patented something called the myriad reflector. And that's the early disco ball. So they've been making them here for over 100 years in Kentucky. So we need to capitalize on that Glitterball City fame, I think.
Yes. I was like, yeah, there's so many wonderful things about our city that we're known for, the people here, the history, the architecture. So this is awesome. And yeah, make sure that you check out some of his tours. We're going to be doing one of the ghost tours, so we will share some about that. But thank you, David.
My pleasure. I'm glad you came to the neighborhood.
We're walking back to start. We're actually the 3 houses that were going to be torn down. But Annie was now fully freaked out. The doctor from beyond didn't really help her out. In fact, he might have harmed this young girl. So
I wanted to say hi. I love
Hello.
her. She's amazing.
See, he won't follow me home and kill me.
I'm not the ghost.
No.
Are you having a good time?
Yes.